what a beautiful cup. All right, so just showing you my colors. Prussian blue, one of my all-time favorites. And we have the Prism Violet, also a Master's Touch brand, which can be found at Hobby Lobby. 24 karat gold, the crowd pleaser, and our satin enamels, which will help to make our cloud mix, along with our Deco Art Extreme Sheen Blue Sapphire, and the other component to our cloud mix, which is the soft body acrylic. This is found at Michael's. And Cobalt Turquoise, one of my faves, and Payne's Gray. I don't use a lot of Liquitex, but this must have been on sale for me to buy because I'm not a big Liquitex person. And we're going to use some Blick Acrylic student grade paint to add in for a little thickness, and a custom mixed purple with a lot of different stuff, leftover paint mixed in there. So and this is the only paint that is mixed to a 1-to-1 ratio. The 24 karat gold is a little bit thinner, and you'll see that shimmer throughout the piece. So my white paint is thinner. It is still mixed 2-to-1, but you're going to get more of a runny consistency, and that's perfectly fine. Gonna do a little Prussian blue. And we're gonna follow that up with some metallic blue or sapphire. Let's do some purple. That is our 24 karat gold. This is our Payne's Gray. A little more purple. Custom mixed purple. Our cup is gorgeous. All right, I want to go ahead and get this cup started before my paint starts to sink more into each other. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That 24 karat gold is mixing in with our paints. beautiful cup. Can't wait to open this up. Look at all the gorgeous colors. Probably put a little bit too much white, so it's going to be some white, but we'll see how we can play around with that. I am starting to get some of my cells to pop up. So I had to adjust the camera, and in just maybe a minute's time, so many more cells are popping up. I think we're going to have a lot of white in this piece. So I'm going to turn my canvas around, trying to get the orientation that I like best to kind of start working the piece. So yeah, this piece is definitely developing, and I need to move it a little bit. Got a lot of real estate to cover here, so we're going to fill this canvas up. I don't want a perfectly symmetric piece, so I'm kind of doing something different with my tilting here. So we're going to go ahead and take this side off. Really want to focus on this bottom half and keeping a lot of that. And you see that bottom part, I really don't want to lose that, so I'm going to have to play a little bit in just a second. So let's rest. Resting is important. Resting is important. I need to add some paint. Believe it or not, I do not like for my hands to get a lot of paint on them. So you're probably thinking, well, just wear gloves. I don't like the way the gloves feel. I like to feel when the paint is coming down my hands. It just kind of makes me aware of what's going on. So it's very strange. But yeah, yeah, this is about as dirty as my hands. Maybe a little more, but that's about as dirty as they get typically ever when I'm pouring. Whoa. It's about to jinx myself and drop the whole painting. Now we're going to just bring it on home, baby. Bring it on home. Paint is really thick, so I didn't want to lose that, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sad about that. I'm going to bring some of it back if I can, but I'm going to move my piece over a little bit because there's a lot of dead space. Oh, so mad about that. That was going to be so pretty. And I think I'm just going to let all of this run off and let the white be the top for a change. Can't say this is what I was going for, but I think we're going to be all right. Yeah. Now this is very different. I love it. It's very ethereal. I really opened those cells up more than I normally do. And I'm not mad about it. I am really sad. I was going to really have some gorgeous purple here with all those layers, but we lost it. And that's okay. I'm glad I recorded it so you guys can see, when it didn't go the way I wanted to. You have to be able to pivot and say, okay, all right, let's make this thing pretty. But let's get in. Let's get in. Let's get in. Before we get in, look at my hands, y'all. Yeah, this is more than I bargained for. So let me get my hands clean. Okay, so let me tell you what I like and what's going on. Look at how big these cells are. So in order for them to stretch, we have to stretch them. In order for them to stretch and keep this look, we have to have thick paint with good paint binders. So this is why I tend to stay away from like your craft paints and your lesser quality paints. The more filler you have, the less you're able to stretch. So earlier I told you there was going to be a lot of white, and it's not overwhelming. I love this part, and it just looks like the whole piece is like outlined in white. I cannot get over this center, and I love these lines right here. It just gives such a good vibe and change in the piece and helps with the composition. It gives you something to look at, but it's not quite the focal point. To me, the focal point leads into right here. But then this is just gorgeous. And then you have this interest down here. Of course, this is what I'm most sad about, but it is what it is at this point. Here's the side profile. And the top of the canvas is gorgeous. So soft and subtle. Look at all those rings. Oh, I love that. Just peeking through. And here's another angle or perspective. I actually like it this way. This might be the way. I really like it this way. So, I think I'm gonna play a little more with this color palette before I get tired of it. I want darker. I still want darker. So we're gonna try this again and we'll see how it goes.